Alright, welcome to Google-Centric Notes. This is a prerequisite tutorial. Essentially, this tutorial will show you some prerequisite skills that you need to have in order to be successful at the Google-Centric Notes. The topic of this prerequisite skill building video is going to be essentially quick functions to use within Windows. And by this I mean shortcuts. On the right hand side of the screen we have a list of common shortcuts used with Windows. On the left hand side we have a Wikipedia article, and what we're going to do is I'm going to go through many of these functions and demonstrate how they are invaluable to you as an online student. What we'll do is we'll take a look at Alt F and Alt E in another video. But for today, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at Control C, Control X, Control V. We're also going to look at Control F, the find function. So the first one we're going to go over is Control F, the find function. The find function is essentially a function that you can use in Windows. You can use it in any web browser. You can use it in Windows if you're looking for a file or a folder. But the idea is simple. You will get an opportunity just to search for a single word, and Windows will take care of the work for you if you're searching for a file on your computer. Or if you're looking for a word on a web page, you can do the find function and the work will be done for you by the computer. No more reading through a page. Let me give you an example. On the left hand side we have the Wikipedia entry for Richard Nixon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press Control F on my computer, and you'll notice that up here on the right hand side the find function has appeared. I'm going to type in the word Nixon and hit enter. On the Wikipedia page using Google Chrome, because that's what we're using for Google-Centric Notes, the word Nixon appears 521 times. If we look at this page, everywhere Nixon is represented, you will see it highlighted in yellow. Let's take this word meeting, and let's see how many times it appears. 12 times. So we know if we were looking for a meeting that pertained to Richard Nixon in the course of our studies, and we had to do some research on it, we know that meeting would appear we're on the 6th of the 12th listing, but meeting would appear 12 times in this document, and it would be highlighted throughout. Let's take the term national security. And there we go. National security appears 4 or 5 times. Well, we're on item 4 of 5, but it does appear 5 times in the document. The arrows right here to the left using Google Chrome, this will allow you to go up in the web page to see where national security appears. This is good for when you want to look at what heading it appears under. In this instance, it appears under China. In this one, it's under National Security Council. So this is a very valuable tool for you to look through web pages to find specific words instead of having to go through and read this whole article. It cuts your searching time drastically. Now the next thing we're going to talk about is Control C and Control V. Typically, when you right-click on something, you have the opportunity to copy it, and then you have the opportunity to paste it. However, before the opportunity came available to copy and paste with the right-click of a mouse, you simply had to highlight something you liked, hit Control C, and then you would paste it elsewhere. We'll open up our Google-Centric Notes document and hit Control V, and it would paste there. Pretty easy and straightforward. It's also important to know that what happens when you hit Control C and Control V, it's a separate function other than right-click, paste, right-click, copy, especially when it comes to Google Docs. I'll give you an idea, and if that was a little confusing, I apologize. On the right side, your right-hand mouse click, if you right-click on a Google Doc, you can click Paste. But when you go to click Paste, it's going to ask you to install the Google Drive app. You don't have to use this to use Google-Centric Notes. You can simply just do Control C, Control V. Control V will paste. You can highlight. Control C, Control V. I'll give you another example. Control C, Control V. And that's how you do that. So the shortcuts we have so far are Control C, Control V, and Control F. Control F works on this web page as well. Control F, find in document, during, highlighted in green. Why is this important? Well, that find function, when you have your Google-Centric Notes developed, it's pretty awesome. Let's pretend you're taking an online test in your online course and you have to find a particular topic that pertains to a question and you don't quite know the answer or the information that will lead you to the answer. You can simply come over here into your Google-Centric Notes, type in Control F, and then enter in the term you're looking for, and your notes will be highlighted. So those are just some prerequisite skills. Let me go ahead and we'll load it back up here. Control F, find function. Definitely important if you're going to be taking an online class. Control C, Control V. Now, you can cut something by clicking on Shift Delete. Go ahead and highlight this. We're going to hit Shift, and we're going to hit the Delete key. It's cut, and then you can hit Control V and paste it back. See how that was? Go ahead, highlight it. Control V, Actually, I apologize. Shift, delete is cut, and then Control V is paste. Pretty straightforward. You can also select all text by hitting Control A. So go ahead and hit Control A. All text has been selected. Hit Control C. That will cut it. And then when you come over here, hit Control V, and then we have pasted everything there. Pretty straightforward. So there will be a link to this website that actually houses these shortcuts. It's right here, Computer Hope. It's a pretty good reference site. It will give you all the shortcuts you need to access anything in Windows through the Control key or the Shift key or any combination of keys, instead of right-clicking and left-clicking, and then of course with the find function instead of reading through everything. So this has been the prerequisite tutorial video for learning how to do the Control F, Control C, Control V, or basically your simple shortcut features. When you are completed with this video, you can proceed on to another prerequisite video if you need prerequisite training before going on to Google-Centric Notes. Otherwise, you can go ahead and begin your Google-Centric Notes tutorial. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, as always, please post in the comment box. And thank you so much for watching.